what you're saying. Nani? Get out my business, okay?
All right, let's go for show for 3 then.
Talking about again?
I thought you were going to reminisce about your times at TF North.
Oh, at TF North, Thornton Fractional North High School. You want to talk about how long it took us to get to school?
Oh man, that's a walk. Like you remember those stories you used to hear about people saying, back in my day, we had to walk 2 miles to work, 2 miles to North, 2 miles back.
Oh my God.
Yo, I thought that was a joke. I didn't believe it.
That was the longest walk of our lives. Like,
what
the saddest part is that the bus pickup was literally across the street. But
man.
my dad was like, y'all can walk. Oh God, Thornton Fractional North. So what are some of my memories? TF North. Of course, I was very popular because I played 3 sports. Dominated in all 3.
That's what made you popular, playing 3 sports. Not the fact
I was a
that
socialist. Everybody knew me.
A socialist or a socialite?
Socialite, sorry. Thank you. I don't want to start any cults here.
Ooh, wait.
Sorry, I was a socialite. What else? I mean, I think my career was pretty much set up, after I beat up that 8th grader when I was in middle school. I think it kind of just followed me to TF North.
Are you self-incriminating right now?
No. I mean, I had to do what I had to do. You guys told me to do it.
Hey, I told you what I would have done.
Yeah, and I did what you told me what you would have done. Bullying was that's the thing I think about. Like when we were at TF North, like bullying wasn't a thing. I don't think. Like I don't remember.
Yeah, it wasn't
people.
Yeah.
Like that's when school was like normal. Like nobody brought guns to high school. Like we weren't thinking about those kind of things. We were thinking about going to get
the
chips
next
after
juke
school
jam.
for 25 cents. Yeah.
When's the next party?
That's how you know you had a serious party, is that after you turn the lights on, all you see is the jean stains. All on the white walls.
All on the white walls.
God. Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, the juke jams, that's all you knew. You turn on the lights, somebody snuck all these people in that house, and the way your parents know that you had a party was that you see them jean stains.
Or the next day at school, if they had like a special type of carpet. One of my friends, he had a red carpet, so next day everyone's Air Force Ones had red stains on it.
Yeah, Air Force Ones. Man, I remember those shoes. Had them in every color.
And that's why I take my shoes off and hit the door.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What else are some good memories at Thornton Fractional? I think that one of the best memories that'll go down in history was the legendary concert that happened in the auditorium.
Oh my goodness.
When they performed.
Boy, if you told me I was in Miami in the front row of a Rick Ross concert.
I'm gonna tell my grandchildren that was summer 16.
That was summer 16, baby.
That was summer 16.
That was the party at the Warped Tour right there, man.
Yeah. I mean, because it's so funny because it wasn't even a big auditorium, but like it was jam packed.
You go back
concert.
You go back to the auditorium now, like it's really like 160 seats. But back when we were in high school,
like
it's hit 2,000, man.
Yeah, what other memories do we have? I remember my mom, like when she used to get off
Mother
work,
of the
let's
Year.
say, like, she even got an award under my father's name because he paid all the tuition. But I remember a lot of times my games would happen simultaneously with Heero's games. And I just remember her running back and forth to gyms. When it's a timeout, she'll run to the next gym to see her next child play. After that timeout, she'll run back. My mom was a trooper. She used to go to all the games. Like, she went to everything. Like, rain, sleet, or snow, she was there. Like, period.
She never was a big fan of my wrestling matches. That's why I always ended them quickly.
Yeah, she was. I never forget when I saw Heero have a wrestling match, and I was just like, the guy he was going against, I was like, this just isn't fair. I don't think this isn't fair. I don't think this is fair. And when Heero slammed him onto the ground, I instantly thought his life was over with. And I was like, that's not okay. Like, people were like cheering for this. And I'm like, what? Somebody's child is now on their back. Like, it was so intense. And I think that was the last one I had to see because it was just too intense for me. Heero was really aggressive.
Really?
And I never seen him in that kind of state. But like in football, it was different. Like when Heero had a sack, I mean, we used to go crazy. Like, you know, it was intense, especially against TF South.
Oh boy!
Fumble, strip, sack, fumble. I almost took it to the house if the ref wasn't being a hater out of the house.
At a fumble recovery, he was running. I was like, look at Heero.
That ref is a hater, man.
I've never seen him run that fast before, and it was just funny because it was just like he ran and he wasted all that energy just to be like, bring it back.
70 yards,
down
man.
Right here.
Nah, I'm dropping the football and walking back. You can go get it.
Exactly.
Those refs were hating, man.
That's like one of my.
Go ahead.
I would say one of my favorite memories, I think, too, was like being a part of the volleyball team because like that was a serious sport for me. And I got to play with the higher ups. Like I always played on varsity in all my sports. So one of the things I enjoyed was being able to play with like some of the older women because like it helped me think of where I want to be when I got to become a senior. So I definitely I remember my senior year, our volleyball team, our quote was, we run 6 deep. That's all you needed. We only had 6 people on the team. And that's all you needed to have on the court.
That's a Zada mentality right there.
Yeah, that's all we had.
I just need 11 men who want to play football. Period.
48 minutes.
For 60 minutes, I need 11 good men. Heero.
So shout out to Miss Heinz. I know she was in the chat room earlier. She was one of my coaches. She was definitely an inspiration. I even got an award after her father. I remember she gave me that award my senior year. And they sent me off with $250 to buy books.
What you really buy?
Probably some clothes to get ready for my freshman year in college. I mean, I feel like I needed to be fresh to death. I needed some new J's, some all white ones, clean. You know, we used to wear white tees back then. You know, I needed my crispy white tees.
You know, something that really irritated me as a kid growing up was when Miss Di and Mommy, they bought me Jordans, assuming that was what I wanted as a young kid, and all I asked them for, all I begged them for, was a computer, and they bought me some J's, and I was just like,
"Oh man, J's!
I don't want these J's," and I ended up giving it to Kunle. I was like,
I remember you told me that story, bro. I was like, bro, you gave the J's away.
Yeah, gave them away.
Isn't he?
Would you want some hard bottoms?
Girl used to wear like lugs.
Yeah,
bro.
Comfortable, and they're good for
Heero
stomping
like
people.
Lugs, Heero like Reebok at the time. So Reeboks was popular. Fila's was popular.
Perfect for stomping folks out, man.
Bro, we don't condone violence on the identity booth, man.
You can stomp someone out peacefully.
No. You can't.
Oh,
not with a size 15.
Oh yeah, you're right. I guess you got a point there.
No.
And then we went on prom on the Odyssey. We were the first class to go on a cruise for prom. Me and my twin were both nominated for prom king and queen. 15 years later, I felt like it was rigged. I should have definitely won. Shout out to my old teammate though, Melinda Goody. She won. Don't know how.
Goody, of course, Goody won. Everyone loves Goody. Even there was a Goody that graduated into my class, and everyone loved that Goody. Goodies are loved. Period. There's
to be loved, but I put on for TF North. The banners that are raised down there are because of me and my teammates. So yeah, I mean, you think about memories. You think about.
But is your name Goody?
My name is Abdullah, and that says a lot.
Ah, I stick for you a lot.
When I walk through them halls, people know who I am.
People know.
So yeah. So not that I'm bitter, but I was just irritated. And I was also mad Luke didn't win either. I felt like he should have won for sure.
I don't think
we already knew that we both were going to win, so I thought we were going to just walk away with that. But that was pretty crazy.
I don't think Luke was cool enough to win that award.
Yeah, they gave it to Kelly Sellers. Ask me where he's at today.
Are you coming for these people?
So,
Man.
yeah. Shout out to Luke though. I'll never forget too. I remember, Heero. I don't know if you remember, but maybe this happened after you graduated. But they used to send like a portion of the school to the tech center. That's like. So Luke was one of the people that used to go, and I remember I was getting text messages when we finally had phones, right? And I was getting text messages like some girl was in Lukeman's face. So everybody was like, "Oh, you know what's about to happen? His sister gonna be waiting for them as soon as the bus pull up, right?" And of course, that's what I was doing. I was waiting for her, and I was like, telling the girl like, "Do you have a problem with my brother? Do you have a problem with him?" So mind you, we're in our faces together, and Luke was like, "No, not this time," because I guess he kind of reminisced on what happened when I had beat that girl up in 8th grade. He's like, "No, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this.
It's not worth it."
I was like, "Oh, okay." Because, we got the championship coming up in basketball. I would hate to have to drag the flow with this girl. Luke was off limits. People knew that. Like, my brothers are off limits, period. Like, if you have a problem with them, I suggest you write it down on a sheet of paper and give it to them. Never confront my brothers in their face. I don't condone none of that. I will happily drag somebody.
Again,
but I don't condone violence. Again, only when you choose violence.
If you wake up,
I will match that energy.
Wake up and choose violence,
like Jake Paul.
Jake Paul woke up and chose violence, and he was disciplined. He was disciplined, and I hope to not. I haven't had a fight in a long time, and I'm proud of myself. I walk away from things like that, But in high school, I didn't. So, anyways, what else do I remember from high school? Shout out to what. We need to shout out Miss Mack because
she
was the best athletic director I can think of. Like, Miss Mack was the person that made sure we had the best clothes, the gear for like any type of sport.
She did have us fresh.
Set up in the gym, like she had us fresh, and she made sure things were ran smooth. Like, I'll never forget. Of course, like I told you, I played badminton. I was actually good at it. And just to give you the backstory of how I became a badminton player. So, during the seasons, the first sport I played was volleyball. That happened, that was the first sport that I would play. Then after that would be basketball. And then the summertime is when I typically had a break. But then Coach Zada said I need to keep myself in shape. And he told me to try out for the track team. Now, granted, I was already fast, right? Most Africans are fast, but one of the biggest turnoffs for me was stereotype. The uniform. So at first we had a shirt and shorts, right? And then the new uniforms came and they were the onesie spandex, and I was like, nope. I was tomboy. I was like, I'm not doing it. I quit. So then there was a flyer in the hallway that I noticed that said like free pizza, like free pizza. Oh, I'm there. Free pizza, chips. Like, come to this informational. So, of course, I took all my best friends, me, Jasmine, Deanna at the time, Baina. I took us all there. Now, Baina went ahead and left and went and played softball, which was smart. I could have played softball, too. I was a great underhand pitcher. But, again, they weren't passing out pizza before practice, like the badminton team was. The badminton team had pizza, chips, pop, everything. Like,
they was enticing everybody to come play
badminton. Coach,
Fickle.
I can't think of his name. Coach T.
No, I know who you're thinking about. Coach, the bald one too.
Yeah, I had two. So yeah, it was Coach T, and then I forgot the other coach's name. Coach.
It's off the tip of my tongue.
Well, then the female was Coach Morowski, so she was also my head coach, Coach Morowski.
Bro, hold on. Y'all had a badminton team.
Yeah,
bro.
It was serious.
Okay, what are the rules to badminton?
So you can only serve. So it depends on if you're playing singles or doubles. But I was a singles player. My senior years when I became a doubles player, meaning I had a partner who was on my side. We played side by side. So as a singles player, which was probably the best that I've been. So badminton is like tennis, unlike tennis, tennis, the ball hits the floor. Badminton, the little birdie has to stay in the air, right? You're going back and forth, and then there's like lines around the court that kind of tell you like what's in and what's out. So I had a huge match against Shepherd High School, and there was a girl that I was playing against. And this was one of the games that I told everybody to come to because this girl from Shepherd used to talk a lot of crap at the conferences. He said, I can't wait to play you one-on-one. So you're ranked in badminton from 1 being the best to like 15, right? So I was number 1 seed. So everybody was always waiting for my games to start because I used to put holes through the net. I would hit the birdie so hard that if it just goes through, it would just go through the net. So I put a hole through it. And Ms. Mack, sure enough, was there to run and replace that net if it needed to be replaced. So there was a game that I was playing that I think the majority of the school was there because I think this was like the game before we got into the championship sector. And this girl was literally cheating the entire time. So you're your own referee. So you play off an honor system. So like if she hits the birdie, that's the thing about badminton. You can ask for a referee if it becomes too intense, like you feel like somebody's just cheating, and they'll have 2 people stand, 1 on each side. But in the beginning, you're your own referee. You have, it's the honor system. So I know how to play, and I know how to place this birdie, like because you can if you know how to hold your racket a certain way, you can curve it, you can have it slightly go over the net, you can do all kind of things. So I was very advanced with that. And shout out to Coach Morawski, Coach T. They were the people that definitely worked with me after feeding me pizza. They worked with me throughout the night to make sure that I was like a great player. So there was this girl, like I said, from Shepherd High School. No shouts out to them. They suck. Who was just cheating? Who was just cheating? Like she would just say everything I could see, like where things were, like when my birdie was being placed, and she would say it's out. So every time something's out, she gets a point. So I had hit another birdie over the net, and she called it out. So this time I went underneath the net and went to her face, and I was like, "You're cheating!" Like we were literally in our faces, like about to like fight. Now, mind you, she was a tiny little girl. I would have did what I had to do to her, but you know what I mean. So we had to have referees. I remember Ms. Max like, "Nafi, calm down." I'm like, "She's not gonna cheat me in our house. This is our house. This ain't Shepherd. We at the North. This is our house. Like you don't never want to lose on your home turf." And I'm like, "This is our house. Like you're not gonna cheat me in front of all my friends who's watching." So we had to get referees, right? So one person would stand on that side, another person would stand on my side, and I ended up beating her. And that's what she got because she was cheating. I feel no ways. And again, shout out to Coach Mack for like she definitely like calmed me down. Miss Mack was awesome. But yeah, I took certain sports very seriously, and badminton was one of them for sure. Of course, basketball too.
Out of all your sports, which one is your favorite?
Well, I was known for basketball. Basketball was my favorite sport, because I loved basketball growing up. Dwayne Wade was my favorite player at the time. When I was in high school, I had my dog tag that my dad got me that had Dwayne Wade when he was playing for Miami Heat. So I definitely loved basketball. Like that was my game. That was what I lived for. And shout out to South Suburban who gave me a scholarship that I turned down. You think about it today, you wonder if you would. I always think about that. Like, should I have went to South Suburban for 2 years and played and went to school? What would have been different? Would I have pledged Delta? Don't know. Would I have met the friends that I made?
Eric, your camera's.
Would I have transferred to Northern Illinois University?
In the chat.
I don't know.
Yeah. So
it's something that it's a hit or miss. It's like, yeah, maybe not. I ended up going to South Suburban anyway for summer classes. So even attending NIU, I would come home and take summer courses there just to make sure that I will finish in 4. So yeah, shout out to South Suburban College. Hopefully they donated too, because a lot of people from TF North went there. So hopefully they did some work. But yeah, basketball is my favorite. Again, Coach Z and Coach Webb, Coach Heinz, those are all my coaches. When I was there, I mean, that discipline that they instilled in me back then is still with me till today. Like, I'm very punctual. I was never late. I was never late to practice because I was hate to say the 2 words or 3 words, get on the line. Like, I was not a fan of that.
Well, how about you say
I hated doing
Altenberg and
suicide.
Russo? How about that?
But it's so hard to find through the daily grind. Been working overtime, and I'm sleep deprived. Shorty on my line, and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night. Don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end is sight. Slow it down, and we can catch the vibes.